Discourse 22. September 25, 1938 Seattle, Washington. Broadcast. Beloved people of America, in endeavoring to assist you in the understanding and operation of the laws of life, remember, you are an individualized presence of God, the mighty I Am presence of light. Therefore, you have authority even in the human octave, through your call to the presence of life, to call forth whatever you will, knowing of course your motive must be constructive and your desire blessing everywhere you move, and that means life, your fellow man, and your activities. As long as mankind understands that all destructive forces and their qualities eventually return upon the individual who generates them, then there should be no desire anywhere among the people of earth to do things which mankind is constantly doing, and which bring the reaction of discordant activities upon individuals. We have become free, through our conscious application of the great law of life. Your beloved Saint Germain has brought forth the exact law of life, its perfect application, the complete understanding of its application. You may apply it, if you will. The individual who will earnestly apply it, will have all the proof anyone desires, that this law, the explanation, and the application which he has brought forth, is true. Unless one uses the law through his own application, how can anyone know its power? For instance, you may listen to a truth, but if you do not believe it, how can you be blessed by it? In all the simplicity of life and its majestic power, you must understand that life acts through its energy, its power, its light. To understand and have the use of it, you must have some definite application. In your mathematical work in school, you have a way and means by which you work out and solve the problems. Life has always provided the exact means, and when I say exact, I mean just that, by which mankind may solve its own problems. What you call problems, after all, are just opportunities in life, by which individuals strengthen their spiritual powers, their spiritual muscles, as it were, and release into their world of action the power of life in greater intensity. Beloved people of America, mankind has arrived at last at the understanding for those who care to study, where the people are no longer slaves of circumstances. Remember, beloved people of America, the conditions which exist today are here because individuals have succumbed to the idea that some outside conditions had power to limit or subject them. In order to have the fullness of what you require, you must overcome such an idea. You must remove the feeling in you that something outside of you has more power than the light which is within you. With great firmness stand by the power of your life, to which you have not heretofore given very much consideration. You have accepted it constantly in the small part of it which has been flowing forth into your world of action, because, unless you know the source of a thing, unless you know the power which is there, how can you have its use? If you have a piece of machinery in the mechanical world, and it has many levers, setting certain parts of that machinery into operation, if you pull the wrong lever, you will get a wrong result, but if you understand your levers and pull the right one, you will have the exact result you expect. It is identically the same way in applying the great laws of life. Once you understand, you have the authority to act in the human octave in your human form, to call forth the power of life, to produce harmony and perfection in you and your world, then you are complying with the law of life and its requirement. As you go on, continuing to call it forth, clearer and clearer will come the understanding from within you, of what this application means in the requirement of your life. Then, as you understand more and more, the power released is greater, your confidence is strengthened, and you say, well, I accomplished that. Then you go on, from one achievement to another. Beloved people of America, and beloved I Am students, you have nothing in the future to fear, not one thing. In this understanding of the law of life, you become master and controller of the energy which flows forth at your command. I say, at your command, because you are the decreer for your world, as to where and how that energy is going to act. At your command, the power of the energy of life will flow forth to a given objective, if you understand the power of concentration and the need of holding your attention upon your goal. Perhaps you do not realize and understand that your concentration is your attention. When you hold your attention fixed upon a given objective to be attained, the power of life flows through, with its infinite irresistible power and acts, until you have the results you desire. That is why your fixed attention upon a thing, understanding the power of life, will release the infinite power of action there, the power, substance, and intelligence to constantly govern the activity, until the result is attained. When you wish to accomplish a thing, decide upon what you want to do, so far as your outer intelligence will instruct you. If you are uncertain in any way, call the power of your mighty I Am presence, which is your individualized presence of God, the presence of life, into action to instruct you, to stand by and see that you do the right thing, if there seems to be a lack of understanding in the outer consciousness. You are not taking chances. You are not dealing with indefinite results, but you are the director of the energy, to produce the certain result you require. If you will do this, anyone can prove this great law to himself or herself, and to the whole world, because you are a part of the great life and its mighty activity in the human octave. All human forms which are here in embodiment at one time, are a part of the one great life, and its mighty action. To the degree individuals understand how to call forth the greater power and action of life, will they become a greater part in the expansion of that one great life. I ask you to observe the vast number of mankind on earth and how each one is different. No one has identically the same desire, no two are just alike. Then, you can see how earnestly life has tried to find a means of expression, to pour its perfection into the earth. Where mankind, having forgotten life, has charged and filled its atmosphere with discord, limitations, and distress of every kind. Mankind had wholly forgotten there was an individualized great presence of life, and how each one could call and release a greater power, a greater intelligence. People did not know it was possible. Even with all the attempts which have been made to instruct mankind in the higher ideals of understanding, still the people felt a mysterious condition, that it had to be done in some complicated manner, so individuals might seek from another, some peculiar manifestation of the explanation of life. That is where the confusion of mankind has come in, concerning the entire universe. In fact, it was so simple the mass of mankind has not believed it. In the application of life, again it is simple, but very powerful and majestic in its action, and will produce exact results. Therefore, if you want to be free, first you must keep yourself obedient to life, which is harmony. That is the outpouring of divine love, through the individual. The human cannot generate divine love, because it is charged with human qualities, but in its capacity to call forth from the presence, life's power, which is wholly pure and perfect, the outer self can call and send forth in a mighty stream of action, by currents of energy, the power of divine love, which harmonizes each one's world. It prepares the way for the great intelligence of life, to bring about conditions to produce the perfection the individual requires. Therefore, if you want to understand this, try it out. If you do not succeed to your fullest desire, remember a great city is not built in a day. You are a world within yourself. Beloved individuals, do you quite understand that? You are an individualized world within yourself, within your own feeling world and its capacity. Therefore, when you turn to the presence of life, with the desire to perfect yourself, you are perfecting the world. You might say to me, my world is of small dimension, but who shall say how far-reaching that world of yours will become or how it will expand? You are one in life, remember. Your feeling world, your thoughts and your feeling go out to the periphery of life. It goes to the farthest distance. Therefore, to the degree that you are perfecting yourself, will you lift and assist in perfecting all which touches your world, individually or otherwise. That is how far-reaching your world can become. Further than that, you have a great privilege in pouring forth your blessings to nature, who has had the discord of mankind poured upon her great beauty and perfection. It is time now mankind awakened to its responsibility, and poured out love and blessings upon nature. Thus, nature will come back and produce for individuals the limitless abundance they require of every good thing. Therefore, cooperate with life. When life sees the individual is ready, it will pour out its limitless blessings everywhere. You are dealing with life, and that dispenser of life which is your higher mental body, knows with great intelligence all requirements, all demands, and how all answers are to come. There is no such thing in life as dealing with blind intelligence. All intelligence, even in nature, all activity is governed by a great intelligence, but mankind's disobedience to life has caused people to believe this was not true. I say to you, as one in authority for the earth, there is no such thing as chance. Mankind's earthly activity, if the attention be given to life, will be provided and directed with mechanical accuracy, into that which each life stream demands. Individuals will not find any chance anywhere along their pathway of life, but since mankind had forgotten the source of life within nature, people have believed that all from the outer standpoint must be a form of chance. When you understand that you are the beloved mighty I Am presence, the individualized presence of life, the greatest intelligence in the universe, then you know nothing in your experience, your life stream can be chance. It is under great intelligent direction, but if you refuse to give obedience to it, you cannot blame life for not producing its perfection for you. Life is always ready, always wants to produce its great perfection, but since you had forgotten its source, how could you have all it contains? Beloved friends of America, you are dealing with a definite law, a definite power. It is your life called forth into action. Search out the great truth of life which is in the Saint Germain series of books. There you will find the application, the understanding, the explanation. Then apply it and see what life will do for you. There is no mystery about it. Try it. The messengers who have carried this light forth with such earnest firm determination, have said that to thousands and thousands of people. From our records, which we have in the invisible, there are over 670,000 people now in this I Am activity. Therefore, it is more than an ordinary activity, more than a human activity, for we have so prepared the air currents, which the outer world does not understand, by which the feeling world of mankind receives the mighty radiation, going forth in the words which the messengers speak or we speak. Therefore, we are rendering a service to the earth unknown and quite unbelievable to a great many as yet, but this work shall go on, until there are 10 times or more, as many people as today who understand it, or at least have the opportunity to understand. There is a great God presence above each human being, which beats each heart, and gives individuals life and intelligence, by which they can expand the fullness of all life wishes to express or give forth through them. Today, you stand in the fullness of the presence of life. Why do I say that to you, who do not understand yet this great law? Because by the power of the cosmic light, which is acting in the feeling world of mankind, you are standing now, this moment, in the gateway of freedom. Your chance to enter in and go forward or turn aside and go the human way, is quite within your own judgment and privilege, for that remains within the action of your free will and choice. Since I am speaking to you direct from the cosmic law today, may you understand and feel the great cosmic love which reaches out its arms, and enfolds you in the glory of the perfection life wants you to manifest. To the degree you are willing to accept those enfolding arms of light, that outpouring of divine love into your hearts, will you be able to understand, there is far more on earth than that of which you have thus far dreamed. Mankind is awakening to the power of the light, which is within the individual. For centuries and centuries, mankind has understood that God was within, that Christ is within. Today, the people are going to have the opportunity to prove how much of it is there. This proving will find that God really is there, and that Christ, the action of God, is really there. Christ is not just a principle. Christ is the action of God, people of earth. The full power of its manifestation will bring perfection into any human life. It will make that life even in the human octave, divine instead of human. Therefore, your hearts, people of America, are divine. The power which is there, the light, God, which is in your physical heart is divine, so one organ of your body is divine. Please accept it, and allow divinity to expand itself into the fullness of all life has. Then you, too, will see as I do, that God is the dominion of earth and all which it contains. You can prove this. You can feel its mighty glory. I ask you to feel it today. Beloved students, my joy today, in bringing to you the radiation, the power of life, is not so much the words which I shall say to you, but the power of radiation. You probably do not see me. I stand above, pouring my radiance to you, as I flash the words to the messenger. Will you be kind enough, in the fullness of the great love which you have expressed in this class, to open the doors of your hearts, of your feeling world, and let the liquid light pour forth today, in its final achievement of all which I wish to do for you? Let its fullness flow forth. May I remind you, this is the greatest invincible protection to you, which we have given forth thus far. The liquid light will protect you from human suggestions, from discarnate entities attaching themselves to your feeling world, and from the influence of black magicians. This is what I have started forth and will continue to pour to the students who have right motives, who have earnest intensity to the light. Remember, beloved ones, there is nothing hidden from the light. We know exactly what is in your feeling, in your motive. Therefore, do not try ever to deceive each other, or worst of all try to deceive yourselves. Unfortunately, many of mankind in the attempt to deceive others, have only deceived themselves. Remember, if you do not have the blessing, it is because something is acting in your feeling world, possibly unknown to you. If you would be sincere in asking for everything else but the perfection of life, to be taken out of your feeling world, you would prepare yourself for this blessing. This is not just so many words. It is a substance of life, charged into your feeling world. Since so much has been accomplished, I cannot take the time to even intimate to you all that has been accomplished, but sufficient I think has been said, to give you some idea and to make your hearts rejoice forever, you who are sincere. That it was your privilege to be present at an outpouring of this kind. Because a thing is invisible, beloved students, does not mean that it is not tangible. My presence is invisible to you, but I am very tangible and my currents of energy are very tangible. Therefore, as you feel this glow in your feeling world, try to understand what it means and the uplift which it brings into your feeling. Shall I say something to you which reveals the mathematical precision of this activity, which you will perhaps appreciate? In 20 minutes, the vibratory action of your bodies has been lifted 20% more than it was 20 minutes ago. This you do not understand outwardly, but to us, it is very tangible. I ask you to qualify all that is done to be eternally sustained within you, because we are here for definite action. We are here for definite results in your life and this is to be sustained. We have for almost 9 months, watched for the opportunity where we could begin to render this service for the IM students. You have read of Bob, Rex, Nada, Pearl and the messengers, who came to me in India and in the Cave of Light, described in the last chapter of the Magic Presence. That was all very real, beloved students. Far more real than you yet comprehend, but as you read and contemplate the chapter, steadily and surely, there will come the full import into your outer consciousness through your feeling world, of just what it means. Today, you are living in a world charged with human discord and mankind must have more than ordinary protection, and also the students who want to go forth to victory. Therefore, this assistance is being given, beloved ones, and I trust that every one of you can comprehend and feel the truth of those words. If you can, then we will be able to render greater and greater continued service. Do you think, beloved ones, that the messengers would come again and again into your midst, and we would pour forth the radiation, which is released in these classes, if we had not some definite purpose for it? To be a temporary thing would be well, but in the ultimate, it would be comparatively useless. Therefore, all that we do has a permanent sustaining activity, and no one can relax or slip back from this which we bring to you. Beloved ones of Seattle, the difference between your inner vibratory action now and 1 year ago, is remarkable. If I were to tell you exactly, you would scarcely believe me. You do not see yet the outpicturing of that, as perhaps many of you would like to, but I know it is there. I know the inner achievement is there. I know the clearing away of conditions which is releasing you into your freedom is acting. Depending upon the acceptance in your feeling and consciousness, that all and more than we have intimated is being done, do you have the release of the courage and strength you require? Through your acceptance of it, will it hold you sustained, until you see the greater and greater outpicturing of all that must necessarily come forth, from within out. All mankind through long centuries, have been bringing things from without in, and as you know, largely the things they did not want. Now in reversing the process, you are bringing forth the perfection of life from within, instead of human conditions from outside. I urge you and repeat it again, beloved ones, since you have done this for centuries, remember how alert must be the guard. Do not for one moment give power any longer to outside things, persons, places, or conditions. If you continue to do so, we cannot help you, but in a limited manner, but if you will dismiss them and know, since you have observed this chart, that your presence is the governing intelligence, all discord must dissolve. With your attention to it, all human qualities and conditions must dissolve and disappear. Then, you will have acted in the best manner possible, for us to give you the full assistance we would like to, but if there is doubt or questioning in your mind, you will constantly requalify the energy, until you will only have the partial result of all we would like to give. Surely, you who have known the messengers during these years, have come to know definitely they are honest and sincere, and the truth which they have given forth is from us direct. Now these are important points. If there are those who are here for the first time, you must understand that all things which stir up in mankind, intense fear or whatever the discordant condition is, are depriving the people through listening to what disturbs them, and holding them in their binding limitation. You who have this opportunity need no longer go on in any kind of limitation, in any distress in your physical body, after this which has been done for you here. You can have the sensitiveness in your feeling world, by which your mighty I Am presence can direct you magnificently, accurately. Do not jump at conclusions. Wait the assurance of its direction. Then as you keep trying this out, you will find you can move just from one point to the other, with a definite mathematical precision which will delight you. It will cause you to realize you have entered into the divine direction of life. Thus, it will hold you free from that which might remain of human accumulation, either in your world or in your associates. This is a point of which I want to remind you. So much has been done for many of the students, and their entire accumulation dissolved and consumed, but remember, beloved ones, you are moving in constant contact with the feeling world of other individuals, for whom this has not been done. Then, if you accept feeling from others, if you accept suggestions from others, you will be acting similarly, as if it were coming from your own world. Do you not understand why the messenger has, in this class especially, stressed so earnestly your call to the presence, to hold about you the tube of light and use the violet consuming flame? The messenger, and sometimes we, gave forth directly ourselves. That certain accomplishment had been reached in the feeling world of mankind, and that the students had been freed from their own human creation and accumulation. They took it for granted and have thought, now I won't have any more problems, I won't have anything more to do, but just smile and be free. My dear ones, you must make your application, until you are ascended beings, make no mistake about that. Never forget, that just because your feeling world has been set free from accumulation and discordant conditions, it does not mean the rest of the world has. You are constantly moving among other people who are not free. Therefore, unless your guard is up by your tube of light, their discord can rush in upon you as before. Not only that, but you must hold your protection by your conscious command, for the light to stand guard and repel or dissolve and consume everything of human qualities or a discordant nature, which attempts to touch your world or find action within it. Do you not see that? I am very grateful for the opportunity to explain this one particular point to you today, for unless you see it, you would not understand what is happening to you. Because we have rendered this certain service to so many, it does not mean you must let down your guard or your application. Not at all. You should redouble it with great joy, because of the assistance which is being given you. I say to you ladies, if it came house cleaning time and someone offered to assist you, would you just sit down and let them do all the work? I think not. You would be so grateful that you would take hold with them and do all you could, to complete that accomplishment as quickly as possible. Now if I am willing to give you my assistance, will you not take hold with me and do your part? Don't expect me to carry all. I think you see that clearly. In this your call to life, which is so much beyond your comprehension as yet, and I say it really very kindly, in the human, as long as some of its qualities are yet acting, your comprehension is limited. I trust you will continue on after today, in our mighty vibratory action into which you have been drawn and held. I want you to still be held in it unless you determine otherwise, you will be. Therefore, you will continue to go on, in the raising, expansion, and intensity of this vibratory action which has been released to you. You will hold it sustained, if you will do these simple things and give your attention to the presence. The messenger has so often told you, certain simple things, which if you would do them, before retiring at night, would bring you such results. It is such an opportunity, beloved students, for you to set into action the great law of life, to operate while your physical body is asleep, while there is no outer resistance. I want you so earnestly, to improve that opportunity. I say to you definitely, if you would practice the following a little, it would do wonders for you. In whatever confronts you during the day, if it were something which seemed insurmountable, use your decree and say, Mighty I Am presence. While my body sleeps, reveal to me the solution of this problem. You would awaken in the morning, with a clear definite understanding and solution of the whole situation. Even though this service has been rendered, still you do not realize how much resistance is in the feeling world of the average individual. You do not know how much still stands there through habit, questioning this, or that, or the power of the light, or the presence, to do these things. Yet the intellect sees and knows definitely, the power of light is in its full action right there with you. Beloved ones, when you look at the chart, take your determined stand that it is the truth of life. Therefore, your intellect cannot accept anything but the power of your presence at your call, to silence all human qualities, perform its service and produce its perfection for you. There is no question about it. Therefore, in all the fullness of your heart, your great heart's love, feel yourselves one with us. The love released in this class has been very great. It proves to me, you are capable of releasing this power and cooperating with life, which brings its quick and all-powerful release to you. As you go forward, I want you to feel you are never separated from us. I want to see you be so strong and firm here. Even though the messenger's physical forms are away, they too are still with you. It will prevent the human from accepting a letdown, as so often is the case, for that must cease now in this activity. When we have brought you to this point, you must continue on. You will in this group. Then, as you accomplish one thing after another, your confidence will be complete, but do not let your human once again question your ability or your authority, to call forth the fullness of all you desire from the presence. I prompt you on this, because we want to help you to be free from all uncertainty. As the messengers explained, when you make your decree, stand unyielding until its fulfillment. Then, you will be a being of dominion in your world. It must come. You cannot have dominion in a wavering consciousness or feeling. Therefore, in these promptings today, I want you to know this has not been a discourse, but a schoolroom, and I want you to retain that. I insist you do, in the full strength of my reminder and prompting, which will stand guard in your feeling world and give you its assistance. Wherever you are, wherever I am, my rays of light shall go forth to you, and if you want to be sure whether my rays of light and energy are powerful, ask Bob, Rex, Nada, and Pearl. They will tell you whether my rays of light have power or not. Remember to accept my hand and be the power, the intelligence of light acting in your world. I thank you.